Welcome back. This video is called Estimating and Addition and Subtraction. I do warn you, you should watch the previous video first in order to fully understand this video. So let's round 24,758 to different places. So the nearest 10,000. So here's the 10,000s column. And if you recall in the previous video, the digit that matters is this. And 4 tells us to round down. So 0, 0, 0, 0. Everything turns into a 0, and the 2 stays the same. The nearest 1,000, well, the nearest 1,000's right here, and this is the digit that tells us what to do. The 7 would tell us to round up. So these turn into zeros. The 4 goes up to 5. Lastly, to the nearest 100, there's the 100th column. This digit tells us what to do. So 5 tells us to round up. So that means the 7 turns into an 8, and these two digits stay the same. Which is easier, 475 plus 321 or 500 plus 300? Well, obviously this one's easier because we're really just adding 5 plus 3. But here's the important question. Will the answers be close? 475, we're going to do it to the nearest 100. Rounds to 500, this rounds to 300. So now we know this is 800. So now if we were to add 475 plus 321, you get an answer of 796. So in this case, the answers are very close. Why would you want to estimate answers? Well, at the end of the last video, I kind of explained it. So let's go into more detail in this video. Canada's population is about 37 million people, but Mexico's is about 130 million people. Which country has a larger population? Well, obviously it's Mexico. And about how much larger? Well, it's about 100 million more. Because we are estimating here. And do you need the exact populations to answer? The answer is no, because we know Canada's population is not exactly 37 million people. It could be 37,184,210 people for all we know. It's just easier to round this to 37 million people. And same goes with Mexico. So estimate by rounding. So it says here to round it to the nearest 10. So when you're rounding to the nearest tens, the ones digit tells us what to do. So the first would round to 420. The second would round to 160. And if you add them together, you get 580. This one here, nearest hundreds. So there it is. So it would be 4,500. Sorry, right here. Subtract by 1,500 equals 3,000. Hundreds again. So hundreds is right here. This digit tells us what to do. And this one would be 3,700 plus 4,700. So the answer is 8,400. And this is thousands. So thousands is here. This digit tells us what to do. So that would be 8,000 plus 1,000 equals 9,000. Okay. Which digit did I round to? Well, if you look here, this little squiggly line here means about or approximately. That's technically what it means, but if that word's too long for you to pronounce, it means about. Which digit did I round to? Well, there's your clue right there. You got 2 zeros. So that means I rounded to the nearest 100. And the clue is the 2 zeros, the 2 0 digits. Give us the clue right there. So 48,329. Saying to run to the nearest 10. 10's right here. This guy tells us what to do. here's our answer. 100, 48,329. Hundreds right here. This guy tells us what to do. Our answer's 48,300. And thousands here. 48,329. So the thousands digit is right here. This one tells us what to do, and it tells us to round down. So when you round it by different place values, you get different answers. Some of the times, most of the times you do. Sometimes you do get the same answer. So what digit was rounded to? The clue is always finding the zeros. 3 zeros here, that means it was rounded to the thousands. Here, only 1 0, it was rounded to the tens. Here you have 2 zeros, that means it was rounded to the hundreds. 2 zeros here, also rounded to the hundreds. There's 4 zeros here, so this was rounded to the 10,000s. And this one here, don't be fooled by these 2 zeros, because there's only 1 0 there, and that means it was rounded to the nearest tens. This is our final slide of the day. Was the number rounded? The Edmonton Oilers won the Stanley Cup in 1990. Well, this is a year, so it's no, we're not rounding years. The population of Canada is 37 million, and if you were paying attention earlier, yes, rounded. Each package has 40 candies. I would say this is not rounded, but sometimes, you know, you get some packages that has more candies or fewer candies. So I'm gonna just say no for now, because I'd like to think they're not really messing up their packages. Jen was born in the year 2000, so here we have another year. So years do not get rounded. And scientists discovered that humans arrived in North America at least 25,000 years ago. This is a definite yes to rounding. So in this case, 25,000 years ago is rounded. Hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.